Understanding the full member concept will give you direction in finding areas of ministry. Secondly, this tool will give you your purpose for ministry. Write that down. Direction tells you what you should be doing. Purpose tells you why you should be doing it. So much of the labor that we expend in church life lacks any sense of purpose. That's what was going on in Connecticut. They were doing this work, but they didn't know why. Reminded me of a story. I don't know if you've heard this one. There's an old man sitting on his front porch one summer day, and a city truck just lumbers up in front of his house and stops. And a guy gets out with a shovel, and he digs a hole in the ground right at the side of the road. He gets back in the truck. 5 minutes goes by, and a second guy gets out with a shovel, and he fills in the hole. And then the truck goes down 50 feet, and the old man watches, and they do the same thing over again. First guy gets out, digs a hole in the ground. 5 minutes goes by, second guy comes out, fills in the hole. The old man calls out, "What are you guys doing?" And the first guy called out, "Well, we're from the city beautification department. The guy who plants the trees is homesick today." Huh? That's what happens when we lose our sense of purpose as a church. The disciples had forgotten their purpose. Jesus, send them out of here. Jesus had not forgotten his purpose. Mark tells us in verse 34, Jesus had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd, and he began to teach them. My friends, the purpose why we are in the 5 South Event Center right now, and I think you heard the news that we are on the cusp of signing a 1-year lease. Come on, put on your happy. This is really cool. This is really cool. But the purpose for which God would allow us to make this our home for a year, what is the purpose? Is it so we don't have to tear down and set up chairs week in, week out? Is that the purpose? It's nice. That's not the purpose. Why would God grant us this place for 1 year at this time? It's to allow us to get going on our mission. Make disciples, connecting communities, growing the body of Christ. And you see, God is giving us 1 year. He's giving us a trial run to see what we're going to do with this time. It's a test. God's with us, but he's going to sit back a little bit and he's going to say, "Okay, Bridgeway, what are you going to do with this provision that I'm giving to you? You're going to take that new mission statement of ours, and are you going to run with it? Or are you going to hang it on a wall someplace and forget about it? Are we going to spend all this year wondering, where are we going to worship the following year?" God help us if that's all we do. Oh, we want to plan and we want to think long term of where we're going to be down the road. But we better be focusing on the why, the mission. And finally, the full member concept gives us 2 things. It gives us balance, and it gives us boundaries for ministry. A healthy spiritual life is this beautiful dance of giving, receiving, feeding, being fed, working, and resting. It's absolutely fascinating at the end of this story of the feeding of the 5,000. After the crowd has left, the disciples pick up the leftovers, and how many basketfuls of fish and bread do they pick up? Anybody know? 12. Why is that significant? How many of them are there? 12. It's as though Jesus is saying to them, because you fed others, I'm now going to feed you. It's beautiful. They end up better off than had they clung to their little meager portion and said, "No!" But they gave it away, and look what happened. That's part of balance. And like I said, I've known Christians who are workaholics. They wear too many hats. And the problem with workaholism is you never let Jesus give you the basket full of bread and fish that he wants for you. You never let him feed you. You're too busy.